During pregnancy, you're probably very conscious of what you eat. However, you may not be paying much attention to how you eat on a daily basis. Like many of us, we tend to inhale our food on the go, and half the time we don't even remember tasting it, especially if it's food that we eat on a regular basis. Of course, we do tend to slow down and savor our food a little bit more when it's a special occasion or an expensive restaurant. Mindful eating is a way of combating that habit. As you're learning with gentle birth, mindfulness involves learning how to pay attention to your present experience without judgment. It can help you become more aware of hunger cues and the feeling of fullness. So you're probably starting to understand how emotions impact hunger, as well as hormones, and you're starting to learn how to slow down a little bit, to sit down and savor your food bite by bite. Mindful eating can help you have a more positive relationship with food, reduce stress, and control your weight in pregnancy. For many, stress is a trigger to overeat because it signals the body to produce cortisol, a hormone that both increases high-calorie food cravings and fat retention. Reducing stress in pregnancy will help. And despite what you've heard, pregnancy is not a time to eat for two. I usually think sleep for two is my advice. Pregnancy is definitely also not a time for crash diets. But excessive weight gain in pregnancy brings with it potential complications for moms and babies. Eating more mindfully helps you to eat healthier foods, reduces stress, and improves the health of your unborn baby. Pregnancy can be stressful for many women, especially if you're juggling a family and a career. And we're more likely to overeat when we're stressed. Alyssa Epple, a researcher who studies stress and eating, ran the MAMA study, which trained chronically stressed pregnant moms with a high BMI in the skills of mindful eating, using moment-to-moment awareness of thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations to eat more healthily. Eating more slowly means you're more aware of how much you're eating and paying attention to eating rather than always eating on the go or working through lunch. So here's what the moms said. So they were learning how to appreciate more the taste and texture of food. They were learning how to identify true hunger cues rather than eating out of the stress or boredom. It taught them to pay more attention to when they were full, which helped with portion control. And mindful breathing exercises also help moms to better handle the stress in their lives. Those women in the mindfulness group had lower stress levels, higher mindfulness measures, and lower weight gains during pregnancy than those who didn't go to the class. 40% of the women in the mindfulness group gained weight within the recommended range compared to none of the women in the control group. And there's benefits for babies too. Preliminary findings on the mother-infant pairs show that babies born to mothers who went through this Mama's program had healthier birth weights. And better birth weights translates into long-term physical and emotional health for these babies. So before you reach into the fridge, check with yourself. Are you truly hungry? Or maybe you're stressed, bored. If you are hungry, slow down. Make time to sit and eat. Notice what the flavors are in your food. Notice the aromas and textures of all of those foods. And use all of your senses. Pause between bites and notice when you're starting to feel full. Bon appétit!